welcome here to race number 12 of Season 9 of the NNSCRA Mobil1 Cup Series. After today, just 3 more stops, and our chase for the championship field will be determined. So it is crunch time. If it was ever crunch time is now for these drivers, as we're going to have our 12th venue of the season here at Michigan International Speedway. Jessica Shelton starts on the pole position. Still looking for her first Mobil Cup Series win of the season. Alongside of her, William Bedford, who almost went to victory lane in last week's race at Open Roads, but just came up short. Of course, it was Connor Breton who took that checkered flag, so William Bedford trying to get some redemption from last season. Carson Gum, Sean Henley, and Nick Smith. That's going to be the top 5 as we'll jump out of camera shot here and show you the full starting lineup here on the left side of your screen. A 34.717, the fastest lap set in qualifying by Jessica Shelton. Only 6 others hit the 34s. There you go all the way down. Danny Wells starting in 40th. That's one of the wild card holders right at the moment. Chris Washer way down there. He's in the top 10 points. And Dylan Poteet also
drivers
just outside the top 10
your engines
in points in 14th, starting dead last. But Michigan's a track that you can work your way through the field up towards the front, and we'll see if they're going to be able to do that here today, as there'll be 20 laps of racing here at Michigan. Now the points coming into this race are jumbled up from what they were heading into last week's race at Open Roads, and if that's any surprise, then you haven't seen racing at Open Roads before. It's very similar to Thornton. Kyle Corbett has taken over the points lead by 3 points over Gene Sanford. Trent Dunham is 3rd in points now. He is a total of 14 back. And Lewis Stevens is a total of 17 back, as he's 4th in points, and also a total of 17 back is Austin Mongold. He's 5th in the standings. Sean Galligan is 6th. Chris Washer's 7th, and that's what a lot of these one-race winners so far really want to see, is Chris Washer in the top 10 in points, because if he falls outside the top 10 with his 2 wins this season, he's almost guaranteed one of the wild card positions. Alex May is going to be 8th in the point standings, 9th Cody Lamas, and Austin LaPlante is 10th in the current points. Drivers on the outside of the top 10 looking in to try and get in there here today: Danny Wells, Nick Smith, Ty Dent, Dylan Poteet, and Carson Gum. Right now, the 2 wildcard spots are held by Danny Wells, 11th in points, and Ty Dent, 13th in points. But a lot can change still in 4 more races as Hayes car peels off. Jessica Shelton and William Bedford get ready to put us under the green flag here today for 20 laps of racing at Michigan. Flagman is ready, the fans are ready, the drivers are ready, and I'm ready to bring it to you. Here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway here at Michigan. Already 3 wide back there. Charles Jackson sticking Jacob Lawler in the middle. Rim riding on the high side, James Gwalt. And 3 wide further back. Looked like that was Austin LaPlante way down in the bottom, making it 3 wide. Into turn 3. It's going to be Jessica Shelton, then Carson Gum, then William Bedford just squeezes in front of Nick Smith. And now here comes Carson Gum for the lead. Who's going to lead the first lap here of the day? Will it be the inside line Carson Gum, outside line Jessica Shelton? I believe Shelton got it at the line and will lead the first lap, but Carson Gum is right there to the inside. And Carson Gum will try and clear Jessica Shelton off this corner. Here comes Dylan Thoreau in the Shoreline Chevrolet Camaro. Charles Jackson very quickly moving towards the front. He's now up to the 4th position. And Thoreau going to get to the inside, to the left rear of Jessica Shelton, going for 2nd. As it's all happening behind the 77 of Carson Gum. But for how long? Dylan Thoreau gets a nice run down the front straightaway. He may have thoughts for the lead heading into 1. 3 wide several portions of this field, but they've been able to keep it together so far. We have completed 2 green flag laps. And now new leader Dylan Thoreau in the number 2. 3 laps, 3 different lead changes. Shelton led the first lap, Carson Gum led the second lap. Looks like Dylan Thoreau will lead the 3rd lap here today at Michigan. Comes Dylan Young up the inside line. Drafty call from his teammate. That's It's Mobil Akari in the 42. Charles Jackson right there in 5th place. And Dylan Young going to go for the lead. So we may have 4 laps, 4 different race leaders. Dylan Young to the front. Mobil Akari following right in his tire tracks. Charles Jackson now moves to 3rd. Matthew Dallio now going to try and take 4th place away from Dylan Thoreau. And right now Dylan Young with about maybe, I'd say, quarter of a car length over Mobil Akari. He'll come down, he'll lead the 4th lap. So Jessica Shelton led the 1st lap. 2nd lap was led by Carson Gum. 3rd lap led by Dylan Thoreau, and now Dylan Young leads the 4th. We've had 4 different race leaders in the first 4 laps. Mobil Akari trying to become the 5th, as things have gotten a little spread out here at the front. Dylan Young, Mobil Akari, Charles Jackson, Matthew Dallio, and TJ Dent have all gotten into a single file formation now. Actually, now Dylan Thoreau, I think, is now that's not Dylan Thoreau, sorry, that's Alex May is now in 6th, and Sean Henley now in 7th. They've gotten single file. So now this turning into one of the long run looking Michigans with the single file formation racing. Early on, though, they were 3 wide in several portions of the track, so now it comes down to who's got the best race car. Lewis Stevens, who lost the points lead last week at Open Roads, has now found his way up to 8th. David Rivera scored in 9th, and Steve Pollard is currently in 10th. As right now it appears that the top, I'd say probably the top 8 are right now single file. James McLeod is now moving up into the top 10 into 9th. So the top 8 right now are single file. From Dylan Young on back to Lewis Stevens. Well, battle is on for, I believe that is the 5th position. Alex May going to try and take the spot away from TJ Dent. Not going to be able to do it. Well, here he comes. TJ actually gave him room. I thought maybe TJ would be able to block him, but not going to be able to. Alex May moves into the 5th position. Now Sean Henley going to look for 6th place. A lot of teammates up here right now. All the Turner cars. You got Dylan Young leading. Mobil Akari 2nd. May now into 5th. Henley now moves to 6th, and there's James McLeod back there in 9th place, also trying to work his way up here towards the front. Now Lewis Stevens is on the back bumper of TJ Dent, who's very quickly losing spots. He lost 1 to Alex May, 1 to Sean Henley, now about to lose 1 to the 62. Up to the front, let's see if anything's occurring. Top 3 are nose to tail, Young, Akari, and Jackson. Take a look at how these drivers are doing in the point standings. It's not exactly a pretty sight. Dylan Young does have a win this season, but he is 41st in points. If he can get a 2nd win, that could be a wild card spot for D. Young. Mobil Akari in the 42 comes into this race 22nd in the point standings, hasn't been to victory lane, and Charles Jackson, 31st in points, hasn't yet gone to victory lane this season. Alex May, a man on a mission. He's going to go for 4th place now underneath of Matthew Dallio. He's really been the only one that's really been making moves up here inside the top 10. We may have a potential battle going on back here very shortly too. James McLeod has caught Lewis Stevens, and he's going to try and take away the 7th position. Trying to get to the inside. Whoa! That's one way of making a hole. Teammate James Silverfox not too far back there. There you see him. Dylan Thoreau still there, as well as TJ Dent. Talked about Dylan Cote starting dead last. Well, the 31's been making progress. Currently now up to the 17th position after starting 42nd. So he's picked up 25 spots since the drop of the green flag. And I have not seen our points leader anywhere. Where is the 20 of Corbett? Well, maybe I missed him. Austin Mongold running way back here in 42nd. Where's the points leader? Oh, there he is. Okay, I didn't see him. Corbett right now scored in the 14th position. So he tries to march his way to the front. Trent Dunham and Gene Sanford were both trying to run him down for the points lead. Both are running worse than he is. saw Dunham back there. He is scored in 23rd. And Gene Sanfer is all the way back here, currently scored in 29th. There's the pole sitter, Jessica Shelton, all the way back to 25th place. Back up to the front we go. It's still Dylan Young, Momo Akari, Charles Jackson. They better watch out. Alex May is on his way there in that 4th position. And he has been making moves for a good portion of this race and working his way to the front. Hitting the stripe, putting lap 14 on the board and giving us 7 laps to go here. Is Momo Akari just biding her time? Is she just waiting? I don't know. One thing I do know is that time is running short and you cannot wait too long here at Michigan, because there's a lot of room to maneuver and a lot of room for the leader to be able to dictate which line you have to use in order to get around him for the lead and potential win. Got a battle going on back here for the 5th position. Sean Henley now going to move by to take it from Matthew Dallio. And then it's a long gap from those two on back to, I think, next car is James Silverfox in the 7th position. Right now, still single file. Momo Akari has been able to keep about half a car length between herself and Dylan Young. Really has not allowed Dylan Young to get away, but she hasn't really closed up the distance in order to make a charge for the lead. So you gotta wonder if maybe both these cars are on the same setup or something, and so one's not able to quite best the other. Dylan Young not able to pull away, Momo Akari not able to close in. Charles Jackson's Toyota right there, and right now we have Turner Motorsports. Right now, 4 of them inside of the top 5, 6 of them inside of the top 10, with Silver Fox and James McLeod also in the top 10 in 7th and 9th. So I guess Turner circled this one on their calendar as a place to be good at. 4 to go. Dylan Young still with about a half car length advantage over Momo Akari. You see Momo moving up there a little. Now the reason she moved up a half groove there in the front straightaway is running right behind Dylan Young can cause the engine to overheat. She was moving up to get some of that clean air to go through her grill and cool down that engine, and now it looks like maybe she's starting to get a little bit antsy there, trying to figure out what line she can maybe use to try and go for this win. Dylan Young has not been able to shake her, and if these two start to get racy, that could bring Charles Jackson and Alex May right to the party as well. Momo again moving up. That also could be Momo trying to get a better entry into the corner, try and get a run on the 30. Right there, it looks like she closes up the distance a little bit coming out of turn 2. Not quite there to be able to strike, though, as Dylan Young looking through his rearview mirror a lot more than he's looking out the windshield, I can guarantee you. Dylan Young trying to pick up his 2nd win of the season to get himself what would potentially be a wild card position. We don't do the top 20 rule here in the NNSCRA, as far as that you have to be inside the top 20 in order for your wild card spot to count. And Dylan Young could very well be en route to picking up his 2nd win and a potential wild card position in this season's chase for the championship. Momo Akari right there, though, has one more lap to do something. White flag displayed. Will Momo Akari be able to make a move on Dylan Young here in the final 4 turns at Michigan? Momo again moves up a half groove to get that entry into 1. Dylan Young going to block the bottom for sure. Oh, Momo got a better run through that corner. A lot better run. That time kind of used the middle groove off of 2. Has about half a car length still between herself and Dylan Young. Dylan Young's just got to hit his marks here. Where is Momo going to go? Not going to be able to close in and challenge for the lead in the win. Out of 4 for the final time and down the straightaway. Dylan Young will go to victory lane for the 2nd time this season, winning here today at Michigan. And Dylan Young may have just picked himself up a spot in this season's Mobil1 Cup Series chase for the championship. Now the thing Dylan Young's got to hope for is that, one, Chris Washer doesn't fall outside the top 10 in points, and that if he does fall outside the top 10 in points, that no other driver goes to victory lane for the second time this season that mathematically cannot make their way into the top 10 in points, or else his hopes are gone. But for today, he can at least be assured that he is going to victory lane for the second time this season. His first win taking place, I believe it was at Richmond, and now his second win taking place here today at Michigan. Take a look at our finishing results here. And there they are. Dylan Young, Momo Akari complete a Turner 1-2 sweep. Charles Jackson in third, Alex May in fourth, Henley fifth, Dalio sixth, seventh for Silver Fox. Thoreau battled back for eighth, Lewis Stevens in ninth, and William Bedford, who started on the outside of the front row, will finish 10th here today. How about those Turner cars? There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them that finished in the top 12 here today in Young, Akari, May, Henley, Silver Fox, Bedford, and McLeod. David Rivera 13th. How about the Dent brothers? TJ in 14th and Ty in 15th. Nice run for those two. Jessica Shelton, pole sitter, was able to battle back. She was back in around 25th. Was able to move up and finish 16th today. Bob Jones, Ricky Falcon, Clay Rogers, and Austin LaPlante complete the top 20. Kyle Corbett slipped all the way back to 21st, but the good news for him is that the drivers that were behind him in points finished behind him on track. Gene Sanford and Trent Dunham did not finish better than him. Sanford finished 24th, and Trent Dunham finished in 34th position. And Austin Mongold, something must have happened to that 16 because he finished way back there, 21 seconds back in the 42nd position. So he might have gotten pushed up into the wall or something like that, but something obviously happened to his machine. But this is a look at your full finisher results from this race. Dylan Young goes to victory lane for the second time this season. How is this going to impact the point standings? I don't know, but we're moments away from finding out. Thank you all so much for watching this race here today at Michigan. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the crew today. This is your full official finisher results. Your point standings coming up next week. We are heading, I believe, I think we're going to the Glen. I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong, but I think we're heading to Watkins Glen. I think after that we go to Coca-Cola, and then we finish out the regular season at Arizona. So hope you'll tune in for that. We'll now show you your point standings heading into Watkins Glen as you've been watching NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.